What's the vision? This is a common question whenever we're talking about our business and we need to define a vision statement. Vision statements aren't hard to create. They're actually really easy if you work a process. And most of the times we get caught up in reviewing examples online and we miss the fact that a vision is attainable, sustainable, compelling. It's the thing we want. It's always future oriented, and it's something that evokes some emotion and people can rally around. In this video, I take one of my clients through a simple process of just figuring out a couple of key templates, filling them in so that we can create sort of context of what it is that matters when we think about the vision, and we use these templates to help us get started. And then ultimately, the video ends with a clear vision statement and some of the material around that they felt really comfortable with to be able to move their business forward with emotion, with context that clearly communicates to their stakeholders, the customers that they serve, the employees that they're developing. So what I love about this is a great example of a working session and how I work with my clients. But more importantly, this is an example of how something that seems hard, seems like you need to get it right, can actually just be done with a guided process, taking a couple of steps and having the patience to prefer a little bit of progress over perfection and feel like, some of this work can be thrown away. We don't have to figure it all out at once and then get us to a happy place. I also use a little bit of AI at the very end to help bring it together, because sometimes wordsmithing is not everybody's easiest thing to do. And so we use a little bit of ChatGPT to kind of pull all of our data together. And ultimately, the client was really happy with a final output. So we'll show you what that's like in this video.
Let's get into some vision work. Okay, so how did we get here? Well, the thing that we want to solve for is organizationally, as we grow and as we cultivate these teams, as we get more detailed in how we level them up, and as we do more of our strategic planning to go into the next stage of the business, it requires that we can clearly articulate the vision and that everybody in the organization understands the vision and that it's attainable, sustainable, and compelling, right? So a lot of times we talk about vision statements specifically, and we might think of like a corporate poster in the boardroom or something, and that's the vision statement. And that certainly is the vision statement for many people. But that's kind of like the worst version of a vision statement, right? Because it's not very inspiring. And so we want to have a vision statement that feels like it's helpful to understand the future we're aiming at and why we're trying to do what we're trying to do. So first off, it needs to be clear and understandable. Right. And so a lot of times we use corporate speak, and that's not what we want to do. But we want to try to be aiming at something that's out in the future, 5 to 10 years. Right. We want it to be inspiring, and we want it to be compelling. Right. So attainable, sustainable, and compelling. We also want it to be clear enough that it feels achievable. Right. So when we think about that, like as you start thinking about where do you want to be in the next few years, what is it that a great transformation could be in your client base, in your hometown, in your area? Like, what transformational outcome are you trying to produce? What are you thinking is going to maybe change the industry, or that you've already adopted that does change the industry's view, right, of how this stuff works? What sort of thoughts and feelings do you want to try to help them understand when they read the vision statement, kind of part of your ambitions and stuff like that? What sort of unique value is it that you think you're bringing that doesn't exist today at large? Maybe it's not commonly understood. It's not the common practice. I know you guys have talked a lot about some of the the other shops being acquired by the bigger hospitals and things like that, and that, some of that quality care is changing as a result. So these are the kinds of things that sort of prime the pump for us. Like that sort of puts us in the headspace. And then ultimately we can start by activating around some of these prompts. Okay. So we're just going to start to get our juices flowing by filling out the prompts. Okay.
Okay. I did a little bit of,
okay,
journaling or whatever.
Nice.
I don't even know when it was. It's like in the traction workbook.
Okay. Yep.
So I'm trying to either unstick from that because I just reread it, or, you know what I mean? I don't know if I should unstick from that, like flip it over and just like start fresh.
Well, why don't we capture what you've already got? So let's start by capturing it, and then we'll come back to this prompts. So based on your journaling, what is bubbling up as some of the key inputs to your vision statement?
I kind of wrote it out as I want to grow the business at Davis to multiple locations relative to the employees.
Okay.
I want to be the bar to which all other PT companies are compared.
Okay.
Purpose 1, to provide excellent care using data, evidence, and experience.
Using evidence and experience, that we said.
Data, evidence, and experience, like data, comma, evidence, comma, experience.
Okay.
2 is provide employment to those who aspire to be the best in their field. Providing them with strong mentorship and professional support. With values of teamwork, integrity, and trustworthiness. I don't know how I wrote this.
Teamwork, trustworthiness, and what?
Integrity.
Okay.
And then I just have a couple notes, like one that says passion, creating, building, tracking, or teaching, empowering.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably a personal aspiration, but it's to lead a big yet humble life that touches as many people in a positive way as possible.
Okay. So while we're here in this space, Antonette, what are some things that are kind of similar in your mind that feel like obvious considerations in your own voice?
I mean, provide excellence, or kind of like the same thing as she was saying with setting the bar.
What does that mean to you, though? I guess is what I'm asking.
It means being a company that takes care of our employees, who in turn take care of our patients. I mean, something that I feel makes us different is the one-on-one time with patients and use of our data analytics and technology to enhance their experience and outcomes.
What do you think is wrong about the industry that you want to make sure Davis doesn't repeat?
Our company does a really good job of like having a personal connection with the patients, like our staff, where what I hear is when they go other places, they're just kind of treated just like, it's kind of like an assembly line, you know what I mean? Where when they come into us, we'll be like, oh, like I know when their birthday's coming up or what their granddaughter did, or, you know, just kind of building that interpersonal connection along with reaching their physical therapy goals.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So personal connection with patients.
And probably with each other. I mean, it's like, I don't know, it's building good relationships at every level.
Okay. What do you think your best clients say about you guys when they're talking to someone out in the marketplace?
I think they feel that they're cared for at every level. From the moment they pick up the phone to call, the front desk is very attentive to when they come in and they meet them and they get their paperwork done and they meet our therapists and they get their plan of care. I would just say that they feel taken care of.
What do you think your staff is aspirationally motivated by the future you're creating? So when you tell us a new employee or somebody in the interview process, or as you encourage their development, what's the picture of the future you're presenting to them that they're most excited by?
I don't know, like for Taylor, for instance, when we talked to her about building her balance program, she's excited to be able to help more people and develop better programs so that they have better outcomes.
If you work for us, we'll work for you.
give them better quality of life.
Okay. So let's try to just fill out this prompt here, and we're just going to process, right? We're not being perfect. We're just working through the process. All right. So we envision a world where what ideal state or condition is addressed.
That's the other thing. I think we really listen to the patients well. Like they'll go to other places and nobody takes the time to really like hear their story or see what's going on or get their personal history. So they don't really feel heard. But I've heard when they come here, it's a different experience.
I would say we envision a world in which patients are cared for personally and employees are taken care of professionally. Something like that. Trying to marry the business of healthcare with the care of people.
Patients are cared for personally and what?
Employees cared for professionally.
All right. So that's pretty good.
I didn't like that pretty good.
No, I'm literally just processing out loud. I was reading past it and trying to make room. So let's do it like this. And thank you for that tough feedback, Andrea. All right. So now let's build on that with the action or approach. So we envision a world where patients are cared for personally and employees are cared for professionally. They're feeling heard, et cetera. And we are committed to what actions or approaches that makes that a reality. I'm thinking this is probably going to include some ideas around technique, specialization, deep insights, methodology, unique approach.
It's basically use of advanced technology, appropriate use of advanced technology for data application to create more efficient care plans. Like in our field, they're always talking, like our field is always talking about treatments require evidence-based, like what the research says you should do for this, this, and this. And, you know, kind of paired with experienced clinicians that have been developed through our program.
So again, we're not looking for perfection. We're just trying to put some things on the board. What we've said here is we envision a world where patients' needs, goals, history, and they feel heard. Patients are cared for personally and employees are cared for professionally. And we are committed to giving them the best care, compassion, appropriate use of advanced technology for data application to create more efficient care plans to help patients achieve goals, evidence-based, experienced clinicians executing the Davis way. That's how we make it a reality. Okay. So we'll come back and refine that as needed, but that's basically our kind of big ideas on how to complete that statement. Okay. So let's look at this next one. Our purpose is to blank core belief or purpose guiding us to this long-term aspiration. This kind of feels like the earlier patients cared for personally and employees. Like that seems to be a pretty strong belief statement.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much, that's how I feel, really, always. And marrying the business of healthcare with the care of people. I mean, we can say it like differently, but
marrying healthcare with people, is that what you just said?
More around like marrying the business of healthcare, because there's this popular opinion, I guess, or general opinion that one, you can't make money in healthcare taking care of people the way they deserve to be taken care of, that you have to basically treat them like in volumes. And that was my hypothesis. I was trying to prove that hypothesis wrong when I started.
Okay.
Could we say something more like we treat our employees and our patients both personally and professionally? Because we want to be, I don't know, professional in the way we treat our patients too. And our employees like have a personal, I don't know. I think like both.
All right. So I think I understand what you said. So let me try it like this. Patients and employees cared for personally and professionally.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And what about a long-term aspiration? What is that long-term aspiration? So because we want to marry the business of healthcare with people and we want patients, employees to be cared for personally and professionally, that guides us to what aspiration?
I want to be the new standard of outpatient physical therapy.
We want to be the company that you want to come work for, and we want to be the company that patients want to come and get treated at.
Higher standard. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking, as we were sitting here talking about this, I'm like thinking about so NovaCare, I don't know if NovaCare is out by you, but NovaCare, which is Select Medical, is like a massive group that started in the 80s. It started by just buying up small practices, and people still go there.
Mm-hmm.
But that model has turned into, I'm sure at one point it was the best, because, whatever, 20, 30 years ago, or whatever it is now, 40 years ago. Holy shit, 40 years ago. It's insane. You're still very young. But I would like to be around like that, but be better than that. So if that's the accepted standard that's been able to stick around for 40 years, I would like to maintain the expectations, like that whole expect more, should be threaded through. That's kind of like the DNA that I want bleeding out of everybody that works for us.
What is the DNA that bleeds out?
Expect more. That's kind of the tagline that I've been using for whatever. But this year, trying to take it very seriously when we bring it to our different subsets in the company. What does expect more mean to you? For yourself, for your colleagues, for your patients? What does that actually mean?
Okay. So expect more in your mind is a challenge statement to actually go from a 9 to a 10, right? It's a don't just meet the standard, exceed it kind of a thing, right?
Yeah. And that patients should be expecting more when they go, when they go for whatever, family visit or orthopedic visit, they shouldn't leave feeling less than, and a lot of times that happens. So that's what I want us to kind of embody along the lines of Simon Sinek's infinite game type mentality. Just level up, level up, level up. And it will never be done.
You'll never be happy.
That's hurtful. That's hurtful, Justin. She hurt my feelings.
Oh, was that a dig? I didn't.
No, it was not a dig. I'm just saying that there has to be a balance of being happy and still working towards stuff. That's all.
I'll never be happy.
I think that's just somebody who knows what drives you, Andrea.
What's that?
I said, I think that's somebody who just knows you really well and what drives you.
Aw, thanks, Justin.
Oh my God.
This is where Andrea goes you guys should hug.
Yeah. Well, it's all right. I called Antonette Rick, my husband, yesterday, and my husband Antonette yesterday, because they're
nice.
Same thing in different areas.
All right. So, and what kind of a time frame are we looking at for the organization to achieve what kind of very specific thing with what transformational impact and for whom? Okay, so we'll come back to the time frame.
Okay.
What's the specific achievement to enable the transformation? So right now, we haven't defined a transformation. So what transformational impact will the Davis way and some of these themes that we talked about before make on what audience, what market? So let's kind of work from the back forward. So who's the audience in the market that you guys are wanting to serve most?
Patients and athletes.
Orthopedics, I guess. Is that what you mean?
Okay. Is it by age or any other conditions? though.
It's not just ortho, because we got
Yeah,
it's
it's the general public really, and it's
Okay.
anyone that wants a better quality of life, I would say.
and we treat them all as if they're professional athletes. That's the basis. Whether you're 8 or 80.
Or like a 76-year-old who wants to learn how to get off her horse better. She just started horseback riding.
She takes video and sends it to Antonette. Amazing. Of her getting on and off her horse.
That's great.
She is great. She's cool.
Okay. So what is the transformational impact that we're creating for this audience?
I think that by believing in them and giving them honest guidance and a way to get to what they want to do, they're able to do things they never thought they could do again.
Education, I think, Justin, is a big part of it. We provide a significant amount of education and collaboration.
So that's not transformational though, right? That's a part of the transformational process. What is the transformational state
Like when
to
you
get
leave
out of
us,
all that?
like if you were our patient, when you leave, like how are you different than when you came in?
Yep.
Type thing.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So you'll know different things you can do to get out of pain, or a different ways to take care of yourself. Education, what Andrea is saying, to better take care of yourself so that you can do the things you want to do. Whatever's important to that patient personally.
Okay.
When you leave, I want you to have felt heard, understood, and have a plan, cared for, and resources. So when I discharge you, you shouldn't have to worry that the same issue, you shouldn't have to worry that this same issue is, well, like back in the day, this just brings me back to when I started. Back in the day, like the original thing that I wanted, like once you work with us, you're always with us. Like you will have us as a resource forever, for as long as you want it. You can call or email, or just give us a call. Sometimes we can solve it over the phone type thing. Mm-hmm. So you're part of I don't know, part of the family, part of the team. Like we started morphing into Team Davis in like 2020 or whatever. Mm-hmm. You'll always be part of the team, and have us as a resource for as long as you want. I don't know how else to say that, but like once we treat somebody, we'll take care of them. I don't want to say forever, but
unless their insurance isn't good anymore.
No, that's not true. Then we send them to Monica.
I'm going to put that in parentheses because we don't really mean lifetime care, but we're trying to say something like, we'll keep caring about you. Okay. And then what's the specific achievement that we're going to have, right, for this, for this transformational impact to that audience? So are we going to be world renowned? Are we going to, dominate New Jersey and surrounding areas? Are we going to win a bunch of awards? Are we going to have thousands of clients? Like any of those kinds of things. We're going to have the most PhDs on staff. You get what I'm saying, right?
I think a little bit. I mean, what did I say before we did this building? Like, I want to be the tentpole practice. I mean, originally it was the tri-state area, but like, I feel like, I don't know. I don't know how ballsy I want to be. If that's what you mean.
So set the bar and standard. See, okay, so this is what I'm having an outsider's conflict around, because if it's general market, we treat them all like athletes, but we want to set the bar and the standard. If we're not specialized in a particular group, what are we setting the bar in? Are we setting the bar in in experience? Are we setting the bar in treatment plans and care? Like, what is the, I didn't hear you. Hannah, what'd you say?
I'm sorry, inpatient care.
Well,
So
it is the experience. I mean, so
Patient care.
we've tried to come at it from every aspect, really, right? So the experience from first touch to last touch, and then on the technical side, on the clinical side, most up-to-date treatment techniques and use of advanced technology to raise the bar. I don't know. I've said in the past to raise the bar of what's expected in physical therapy, just in general physical therapy. And then we niche down, of course, like we have several niches within that, but I don't know if that helps or I'm just jammering.
Okay. And by when?
By when? What? Raise the bar by when?
Yep. When will you be seen as the standard, the raised bar standard?
Oh, seen by who? Like that's, you know what I mean?
You guys tell me. This is your vision statement.
No, is that what you're saying? Like, is it like success recognized within the industry or recognized by the number of offices you have or a particular?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, like what is the bar to you kind of thing?
And who affirms that?
Use the bar term.
What's that? Yeah, no, I'm not. What's that, Jen? No, I was trying to process. I wasn't trying to like. My look is not trying to shut you down.
Yeah, I mean, I think that who sets the bar, who determines if the bar was set. Like if this was a movie, do we need Siskel and Ebert to give it 2 thumbs up, or do we need Steven Spielberg to give it a thumbs up? Like, how do we know we've achieved a standard? Is that really what matters, or is it about getting free publicity? Is it about clients seeing our praise? Like, how are we identifying what that standard is and where it comes from? Not that you guys can do it; it's that how it's authenticated.
I think to me, I don't know exactly how to measure it, but it would be mentoring our staff to move up and have more responsibility and get them to achieve the goals that they have personally for their careers, and also to be able to take care of more patients in greater areas to the Davis standard. But I don't know the quantity.
Continuous clinical growth, like, is that a way, Justin? Like,
could be, I mean, and there's not a wrong answer in any of this, guys. Like it's not a trick question, but the specificity does matter, right? If we want to measure success and the vision itself by number of locations, by number of patients we've served, by
How much money we make.
by how much money you make, whatever.
I mean, I was staying away from that because that's the one that keeps coming into my head, like profitable.
But I think if we're doing well, we're going to be profitable. So that would be like a good, you know what I mean? If we're not doing the Davis way and we're not helping patients, they're not going to keep coming. So we're not going to be profitable. So I think measuring it that way isn't necessarily bad.
Is that going to be a public statement though?
Yep. So you probably generally you don't put profitability statements in a vision statement, but again, I'm not trying to judge. We're just trying to get things on the board. Right?
No, but like, so not to keep going back to Seneca, I don't know why it's stuck in my head, but like one of those things is, future, you can't serve more people if you're not fiscally responsible with what you have type thing. So we have to have money in order to do the things we want to do. Like, I've been talking to our business development about having a foundation so that we can donate from the foundation or whatever, scholarships and whatnot. But if we're not, I don't want money in the vision statement, but that's some of the reality.
Mm-hmm.
That's not like, I mean, that's not really who I want to, it's not how I want us to be perceived. Let's put it that way. I mean, that's the reality in any business. Obviously, you want to be profitable and, you know, but why is this so hard?
Because it's hard. Mm-hmm. Part of this is talking it out. Part of this is processing it. And part of it is giving yourself permission to not have the answer right away. Right.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get that part. It's just, well, I feel like I should have the answer. Part of my frustration, honestly, Justin, that like, I feel like this should have been done 6 years ago. And I guess in my head it was, but it's never been articulated. So then when you put it in these terms, I'm like, how do I not know this 8 years later?
Well, I think instead of using like monetary, right, we can use maybe numbers of patients we've touched or something like that, which translates into monetary gains, right? But doesn't
Like
do it directly.
Like we had a lady, so I went down, you know, I go downstairs a couple times a week to go down and like mix with the patients. So like one, it like gives me a boost sometimes when I'm feeling pretty shitty about being like numbers and whatever. But one lady literally was in tears and pulled me aside and she's like, I can't thank you enough for recommending so-and-so, Lou, because she's like, you have literally changed my life. Like I'm doing things now that I never thought I would do again. And she's like, I cannot like thank you enough. And I cannot, you know, she was so literally like, I used to bust Antonette's chops and be like, it's a great day for changing lives or whatever, like based off Grey's Anatomy, like stupid stuff. Like it's a beautiful
come true.
Yeah, she used to say, we make dreams come true. That's what she used to say.
PT, we make dreams come true.
What was the other one? You put the Davis and Davis.
Oh, I used to tell you, she put the Davis and Davis PT. She really does, you know. So.
But the changing lives, we really are. Like I have this lady that's been following me since 2013, and she like gives employees gift cards.
Me this morning to give me trivia. West Point.
Oh my God.
No, but it's building like connections with people that last really long term.
So I get what you're saying about like how many people can we affect or how many lives can we touch, and that's kind of what I said in my thing here. You know, you need a big life that touches as many people in a positive way as possible. I don't know how to translate any of that, Justin.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm over here about to borrow our ChatGPT's brain on some of this.
Love it.
So all I'm doing.
My PTs to like I told her, I said, you need to start using this. She's like, now I can't live without it. I was like, well, let's not go crazy. Taylor, it's like obsessed with it.
Yeah.
She's like, but I feel like I'm cheating. I said, no, that's when you like copy, paste, and you edit everything. But at least you gotta start.
So I don't know how you guys do it, but I typically use two AI tools. I use a tool called Claude AI, CLAUDE, like the name, Claude. And then, of course, I use ChatGPT, OpenAI's ChatGPT.
Yeah, that's what I use usually.
And what I have found is Claude is kind of like a no BS, concise, not really all that verbose. And then ChatGPT tends to like
extrapolate.
Yeah, that's right. Right. So here's examples of outputs, and I will do it like this. Let's see here. You know what? I'll do it as a screenshot because that'll be. Actually, no. Let me paste them in boxes here. Okay, so here's what I did. I took our 3 completed ones, and I put it in ChatGPT and said, "Hey, this is what we're doing. We're completing this prompt, and here's the material not the material. Here's the inputs that fill in these blanks. And so this is the synthesizing of that data. I'm just going to paste them in, and then sorry for the dead air here. I could probably dance while I'm copying and pasting, but
Do you do that sometimes?
I verbally dance a lot when I'm in these calls with you guys, for sure. One of my big performance things working with you guys is that I always feel like I need to put a lot of value per minute into our calls. And so my performance pressure is around like, keep bringing value.
I think you're doing fine, man. I think you're doing just fine. You think I can come up with this by myself? What are you, out of your mind? Or the two of us, we just stare at each other and get frustrated and want to go have a drink, probably. Are you in the board?
No, I can't get in the board. I keep trying because I think I have to look downstairs at my other password. Ever since I did that,
The update?
no, remember when I cleared my cache?
I remember you telling me. Yeah.
I was sitting right here with you, and then you had to help me get back into my email and stuff.
I remember what I did 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, so I keep putting passwords.
I'm not joking about the early onset dementia shit either.
So just so you guys know, I have not consumed this information, so I don't yet know if it's any good.
Okay.
I'm literally just pasting it in for you guys. Okay, so these green ones down here, these green ones, I asked ChatGPT, based on all this data, now create the two best ones, what ChatGPT thinks is the best.
Okay.
So this is that interpretation. Yeah, obviously, if we don't like any of this material, and it doesn't.
No. I just said it was very aspirational. Like one of them, I was like, made me nervous.
Oh well, yeah. I think the way we feel about our own vision statements should make us a little nervous, but it still needs to be attainable, right? Like it's not so impossible. Like we have no idea how that could be true. By the way, what I'm pasting in right now, that's labeled option 1, 2, 3, etc. This is the stuff that's coming straight out of Claude. And both of them got the exact same inputs. So, like if you're somewhat of a nerd around this stuff, it's interesting to see how, literally the exact same prompt gets interpreted differently. Okay, and then I asked it also to give me the two that it thought would be best.
For this Claude, did you have to set up a profile to use it?
Yeah. And on both of them, I have a paid account for both of them.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to see what I could. This Claude guy.
Okay, my friends. All right. So this is what I call surface area, right? So we got a lot of surface area here, and it doesn't mean it's right. What we're looking for is an expression of what we value, what feels like it resonates. And if none of these work, do they get us further than the original prompts, right? So this is, again, we're just working a process to get to a happy place. Okay. So I'm going to zoom in for you guys.
Okay.
Was there anything that you guys already saw that you were leaning towards? So I'm just going to read patient-centered excellence. We envision a world where every patient feels heard, understood, and empowered to achieve their goal. We are committed to delivering compassionate, evidence-based care with cutting-edge technology and the expertise of experienced clinicians, ensuring every patient receives personalized treatment plan that drives results. So just this one, I could see how editing this around personally and professionally connected employees and patients, and then achieving every client feels like they're cared for, to achieve what they want most in life or something like that would some of those tweaks would make that a pretty strong statement, right? Okay, so then I'm just reading now option 1. We envision a world where patients feel truly heard and receive personalized care tailored to the needs, goals, and history. We are committed to delivering the highest standard of compassionate, evidence-based care while leveraging advanced technology to create efficient treatment plans that help patients achieve what they once thought was impossible. Yeah, so this is kind of same idea. All right, so raising the standard in the physical therapy. Our purpose is to set the new standard for outpatient physical therapy where patients experience the highest level of care and employees thrive professionally. We combine the business of healthcare and deep commitment to people, ensuring both patients and staff receive the support, guidance, expertise they need. That's pretty good.
So what is the option 2? They're just 2 options of the same kind of.
It's Claude and ChatGPT.
Yeah. So ChatGPT generated the left column, Claude generated the right-hand column based on the exact same information.
Oh, that's so cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
So, what you laughing at, Andrea?
No, I was laughing at Antonette commenting how cool it was.
Oh, yeah. So what jumps out to you guys?
I like that first one, the patient-centered excellence stuff. I feel like
Okay.
it's not too long, but if we like tweak it a little bit, I thought it sounded good. I don't know if you did.
So I'll do it about like that for now. Okay. What else jumps out?
Patient and
Did you read all these?
no,
Okay.
of course not.
Okay. So I made it down to, do you want me to just read through all these so we're all on the same page together?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So, so I read this one. So the next one was, our purpose is to marry the business of healthcare with genuine human connection, ensuring patients are cared for personally and employees supported professionally. This guides us to become the new standard for outpatient physical therapy, the company people choose to work for, and the practice. Okay. I don't like this one just because it's hard to read. But I think it's got some things in here, right? Practice patients trust with their care where expectations are exceeded and clients' experience level of treatment is unavailable elsewhere. Here's what I think we ought to do as we process these. Let's go back to the top. I want to put in bold things that you like. So help me pick some text in here to put in bold.
We lost for a second. Sorry, we lost you for a second.
Okay.
Now,
as we process this, let's put some words in bold that we like. And that way, we won't change any of these just yet, but we can help select the areas that we think these individual cards are doing a good job with.
can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
With these, are you supposed to should it invoke any kind of feeling in any way?
I mean, ideally, it should invoke a feeling, yes.
Okay.
Yep. Because it should compel, right? That's, you're not compelled if there's not a feeling.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I will tell you, as we do this though, one thing that you should be responding to is, now that we've gone through the prompts and now we're reading this, it should give you the feeling of a vision statement. Like, I could see myself having a vision statement like this. I can see, some words shifting around, and this is the right way to express my vision.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So up here in the top left, we envision a world where every patient feels heard, understood, empowered to achieve their goals. We're committed to delivering compassionate, evidence-based care with cutting-edge technology and the expertise of experienced clinicians, ensuring every patient receives personalized treatment plan. What of this is keeper text? You think it's doing a pretty good job and you want to bold it?
I mean, I like where it says patient feels heard, understood, and empowered to achieve their goals.
Okay.
And then I also like compassionate, evidence-based care with cutting-edge technology.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What about over here on the right? Called option 1.
Efficient treatment plans
Mm-hmm.
and advanced technology for me anyway.
Okay.
Do you like advanced better than cutting edge?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Okay. Raising the standard. Let's look at that one.
Employees thrive professional. I don't like it like that though, but I feel like we do need something about the employees somewhere in it.
Yeah, I like some of the bottom ones.
Okay. As in scroll down.
I mean, we can go through it systematically. It's fine.
Okay, so passing on this one. What about option 2?
Not really.
Yeah, I don't like that one either.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so exceeding expectations.
I mean, that evokes some kind of feeling in me more than the other ones, like in a positive way. But the date bugs me a little bit.
Yeah, I don't like the date thing at all.
Yeah, we can change the date. We can remove the date, right?
Okay.
I like that, like, move beyond their perceived limitations
Achieve their full potential.
and feel supported every step of the way.
All right, option 3.
I mean, I like staff development, but I just feel like there's a better way of saying it. Like,
It's better down at the bottom.
okay, all
actually.
right, then I'll just hold off.
Okay. So pass on option 3, it sounds like.
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. Future and confidence.
I mean, I like the last part of that, like the we are committed to, like that whole
Mhm.
thing.
Okay. All right. Davis Way, elevating care, empowering lives.
I like every employee is supported in their growth. I think that makes it sound good.
Anything else in this one?
I mean, I like the whole first sentence.
Anything else in this one?
No, not for me anyway.
No feelings or anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I like the first part, first sentence. I don't like the second part.
Okay. Green box standard outpatient physical therapy. What type of feeling are you looking for? The
Me?
feeling, yeah. Are you looking for a motivator feeling, a feeling of surprise or curiosity or hope or what?
Inspiration, really. Something that I could lean into. You know what I mean? We need something that we're leading from.
Something that everybody is working towards together.
So, I mean, like around the expect more stuff, which I think some of this hits for sure. I like that first green box.
I do too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you do like the first green box?
Yeah, we both like that one.
I like the first one better.
Me too.
Okay. What about empowering patients, elevating care?
I like the first one better.
Okay. And the next one over?
Can
you scoot it over just a little,
We
Justin?
can't see it.
Yep. There you go.
And then the text box is sitting on top of it. Sorry.
Yep. That's because I've got it activated in a weird way.
No, I still like the first one better.
Okay. So ask ChatGPT to invoke more inspiration, and it gives these two options here. No love, huh? That's okay.
The top one, I don't like the bottom one. The top one was okay.
Can you scroll up to the yellow box for me?
Mhm.
Better, I think.
Yep. I'm just going to delete the bottom one. Get it out of the way. Okay. Scroll up to yellow. Let me do something for you real quick, okay?
Yep.
All right. So we can always come back and review some of these bolded areas, but the idea being here, these are the ones that seem to kind of be making it as we go forward. So now you can kind of compare between them.
Yellow one.
The bright yellow one feels best.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
Okay, so if we like the bright yellow the best, now let's do some word tweaking based on some of these bolds and stuff. All right, so first off, is there anything in these two kind of tan colored ones or the screen one that we need to shoehorn in to the yellow box as a thought that's missing?
The patient-centered excellence and the exceeding expectations, transforming lives. I think I don't. And the new standard in outpatient physical therapy. I'm not sure which of those three like titles fits best.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you have a preference on that or a combination. I mean, we did evidence-based care, right? And you were asking me about advanced versus cutting edge.
Yeah.
Which do you like better?
I like it like that. I like the advanced better in that one.
What I'm seeking to understand here is Are you guys trying to just address the top line, or are you trying to communicate what's in these two?
I mean,
into the yellow?
I think I like it as
Yeah, me
written,
too.
Oh, as it is. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just looking at the top line because you know, the new standard in outpatient physical therapy. I mean, it's a very bold statement. I'm not sure if we want to make that like I believe no, I mean I believe that, but you know, at the same time, who's standard, really? My standard,
Mm-hmm.
which is above everything else.
Well, so
And
so I think
we're like one location, you know, I don't know. It does, that part doesn't resonate with me, but go ahead.
which part doesn't resonate? Tell me more.
So we are setting the new gold
I
standard.
mean, that's what I say what I say all the time, Justin, but I don't know.
Yeah, but here's what I
way
want.
of saying that.
Can we say expect more? Like, are we able to, like, is that?
So we are. So our patients are able to expect more from their.
No. I mean the
experience.
title part. That's all.
Are you up here in the very top?
Yeah. No. I just like expect more in outpatient physical therapy instead of the new standard.
Well, expect more certainly does not say the new standard, right?
Yeah.
So
No.
which one matters to you more? More that you're bar raising, or more that you're
bar raising. It's bar raising.
okay. So then maybe it's bar raising. Would it feel better if it was the bar raising standard?
Or just elevating.
I mean, I don't know.
Care.
I do think it should be the new standard. Like, I really, really do. But I know how bold of a statement that is and how much.
So why don't you just take out gold and just make it a new standard instead of.
No, yeah, I'm talking about the title. I'm talking about the title. I don't care about. I'm fine with everything in here.
Mm-hmm.
I was just talking about the statement, the new standard in outpatient physical therapy. That's why I said you're more the realist. So, like, do you like that better than exceeding expectations, transforming lives?
None of them are like, ooh.
You don't like any of them?
Not really.
When you say any of them, what is any of these?
I'll say it top.
Like the top, just the bolded stuff that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The paragraph. That's all.
Yeah, gotcha.
Like we like the paragraph, just not the bold.
How about what if it's redefining outpatient physical therapy?
I like that.
Redefining.
Elevating.
Well, because redefining's underneath.
Yeah, I like that.
Says redefining
That
what's
sounds better to
possible.
me.
What if we just say redefining outpatient physical therapy? Is that strong enough?
Is it redefining the work, or is it refining the standard of the work?
Redefining expectations? Or maybe I'm just stuck on expect. Redefining the standard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about that? In outpatient physical therapy?
Or could it just be redefining outpatient physical therapy?
Well, I don't think you're redefining. Well, never mind. Maybe you are redefining the entire category.
No, we're not. We're not.
No. Okay.
Well, we're not redefining physical therapy. It's still.
So let's do this here.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna keep this, and I want to help you think through some of this disconnect I think that's happening. So here's what I've heard. The standard is changing around. One, so these are how we validate a higher standard. Standard. Yep. Okay. So we have number one, this personally and professionally cared for, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then number two, we have you're seen and understood. And these aren't like quotable words. I'm just trying to make sure we're tracking on how we're validating ourselves as the standard. There was something about like personal histories and personal goals that you guys are helping the clients experience.
That was you.
achieve goals they didn't think possible or something.
Yeah, well, it's taken into account the whole person, not just the injury, which is on the back of our t-shirts.
Okay, and then we have this employee
Engagement.
Or do you mean like
Advanced-
elevating the employee?
yeah, there it is, elevating
And it has to be
employee.
something about the data application because that's huge.
What about the data? Tell me about that. Advanced data, advanced.
Yeah, advanced technology for data application.
Okay.
Prove outcomes, or does that not matter?
Efficient. So we use it to create efficiencies in care. Although some of our clinicians are not doing that.
Efficiency in care. I gotta put a C in there, huh? Efficiency. Okay, so what else?
Higher standard. You leave well educated.
I would say including their whole care team, whether it's
Oh yeah.
coaches, athletic trainers, surgeons, parents.
Efficient communication within the continuum of care, like all the team members.
So you're saying I need to just put this up here like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So obviously we could continue on, but like this box is the kind of thing that you would want in your meeting room training when you're talking about this box, right? So the green box here, let me do it like this. Okay. The dark green box is the vision statement. The blue box is how you defend it whenever you're talking to your employees and stuff.
Okay.
Okay. And so like from a strategy standpoint in your communication, in your Davis Way workbook kind of stuff, you might unpack several of these key points. And so like at the top of the page is this, and then you might have 2 or 3 columns underneath it or visuals to help understand how we think, what is evidence-based care? What is the Davis Way? What is professional, right? Like you can further define that for the training purposes further down in the process. Okay.
Okay. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So this is like what you would put in the waiting room, or what you would put, in the employee handbook, or what you would constantly talk about when you're doing your ongoing monthly check-ins and stuff. And then interestingly over here to show you. So I asked ChatGPT to do something here. And I just said to kind of elaborate on that selection of the green box. And this is sort of how it tries to communicate that in long form. So the point in sharing this would be just so you guys can see, like, how do you elaborate on these points coming off of this, right?
That's ridiculously good.
Cool. You like it?
Yeah.
Very much.
Okay. So as a point of reference for you, Andrea,
Yeah.
and we're in our little safe space here.
Uh-oh.
Whatever you've written as a vision statement got you here, right? So now we're revitalizing that vision statement and everything that we know to bring us into the next 5 years, right? So this isn't that you had it wrong before. It's that whatever that was is what got you here. And in general, when we're in the entrepreneur stages of our business, our visions are usually 5 to 10 years out, and they can grow and change over time, right? We're not like Coca-Cola, right? So
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. I'm good.
Okay.
I love that.
Okay,
That
good.
big blue box I love.
Perfect. Okay. So do you feel like in the interest of what we wanted to accomplish today, to really wrap our minds around a strong vision statement, have we gotten there? Or is this like how would you score this vision statement?
The big
1 to
blue
10.
box.
The big blue box and obviously the green box is
The big blue box, the vision statement then, or the green box?
technically the green box would be an example of like your brief, compelling vision statement.
The blue box is too long, right?
Yeah, the blue box is too long, but the blue box would be the extrapolated version of the green box.
Okay.
So it'd be like you expanding on the thesis of your vision
Green is
statement.
like the summary of.
Mhm. Yeah, that's right.
No, I think we nailed it.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I think you nailed it.
ChatGPT nailed it.
Hey man, whatever.
So not bad for whatever 75, 80 minutes on this task when you didn't feel like your brain was firing in this space, huh?
No, it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good
Okay.
stuff, man.
Okay, good. So we got that one knocked off the list of to-dos. Now you need to figure out where to integrate this in. You want to have a more formal, make sure all the words are right and that these are things that you would say. You could pull slogans out of this, things you could put on t-shirts or, whatever to rally around. But I will tell you, I think that if you say expect more, I think you need to get clear on what expect more is aiming at. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, so I get it. Sounds good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Yeah, man.
Any other thoughts or questions about this one?
No, 30-minute break and then back at it again.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right? Yep. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to put a label on this and we're going to call this one accomplished. And good work, guys. Good job. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah, back at you, bud.
All right.
Thank
See you later. Bye.
All right. See you in a few.
It's easy to get stuck. It's a lot easier to get unstuck with 4corequestions.com. That's a free framework I prepared for you. Go check that out. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. We'd love to chat with you there. And we've got some links in the description that can help you in your small business for impact planning and any strategic work you might be doing.